Hello, welcome to Animal on a Corner. And we have 2 days left till Thanksgiving. Count them, 2 more days. And we are going to be with our families, and it feels good to be around family. And this is your first time out of Scientology, then it would be your first time celebrating the holidays kicked back compared to yesterday where they forced you to go back to work. And of course, some of you are lucky because you never had family in Scientology, and those of you who came out, Scientology would force you to disconnect. Well, they force you to disconnect. But, however, you may never know. You may come upon friends that would invite you to a Thanksgiving meal. Who knows who it would be? And of course, you have your Michael J. Render Aftermath Foundation aid and your aid for the SPTV Foundation. So there is hope to hang on to, because the Aftermath Foundation may help you with your school, and maybe SPTV would too. But I probably feel that Aaron would give you aid for that. So today, I redid my pie crust recipe, and we're going to see how it turned out. Okay, so we're going to need 1 cup of butter. Okay, this is 1 cup. Let's see. Oh no, this is a half a cup. Okay, we're going to take 1 cup of butter. And we're going to chop it up and put it in ice water. Let's get to it. Now, the reason why I'm making this is I'll be making pecan pie. That's right. I'll be making pecan pie for my brother because that is his most favorite dessert. Okay, now I'm going to chop this up. And then after I'm done making this, I'm going to make a fudge. And I'll be making dessert. My sister-in-law is going to hate it, but I got a bag full of desserts, so who cares? So, and I did side dish recipes, and if I find a good side dish for the Thanksgiving table, I will make it. But of course, I ran out of recipes. So, all right, let's chop up the butter cubes. All right, as you know today, eyes to see in it, she is fighting cancer. Hopefully she's in remission, but if not, my speedy recovery goes out to you, eyes to see. I hope you get well. My blessings are with you. And today, or I don't know what day she tried, whether it's today or a previous day, might have been today. Let me throw this out. But she called into the LAPD so she can speak at the commissioners meeting. And she didn't get a chance to talk. Now, they made the rules that everybody has to have their turn to speak out. By the way, we're going to cut these into cubes and stick them in ice water. And then we're going to use it in the food processor. Now, I know this is too small, but you know what? I'm going to see if I can actually try and use it. But if not, then I'll use a pastry folder or whatever it's called. All right, we're going to cut these into cubes. Now, she wanted a chance to speak. And of course, guess what? They did not give her a chance to speak. And yeah, usually they just don't give every single person a turn. I hardly ever got a turn to speak at those. But in the past, in the public works meeting before I got hacked into, I got the chance to speak there. But the police commissioners meetings don't really follow their own rules. And it's a big, huge mess that they create. Now, they talk, they let everybody in the audience talk. Well, maybe possibly. But everybody who was on Zoom, maybe they grab about maybe 4 to 5 people, but the rest of the people didn't get a chance to talk. Of course, I was one of them. Yeah, sometimes it can be unfair when they don't follow their own rules, because that's not what the LAPD does. They don't even follow the laws that they enforce, half of them anyway. It is a hard thing to adjust. But all right. So, and yes, it was unfair that she did not get a chance to speak out. Now I'm also going to try to find some way to get back to talk at the public works meeting. I just couldn't find a way, but I'm going to still look. So, and this was before I got hacked into. Once I got hacked into, it threw me off course. So, and was it unfair? Yes. But you know what? I'm going to keep trying, and there's nothing Scientology can say about it. And she did. She went on her site and told them what she really thought. Good for you. Because yes, the way they run their police commissioners meeting is not fair, because it's either Scientology or it's personally them. But they don't follow the rules. And Scientology goes behind the scenes, behind the Iron Curtain, and talks there. They don't have the guts to talk in public with everybody else. No, they have to readjust rules just to go behind the scenes. Is it fair? No, because everybody else has to go into public and not be behind the Iron Curtain. Yes, both David Miscavige and Tom Cruise would do that at the meetings in Clearwater. Why? Oh, because we get special treatment. No. First of all, you have to follow the rules everybody else is going by. So, yeah, it's really rough when there are some people that won't follow the rules because they feel that they should have special treatment to go behind the Iron Curtain and not be in public speaking with the rest of the public. I mean, it's pointless because, yeah, they don't follow the rules that's been set out. They think they're above the law and they don't have to follow any rules that everybody else has to follow. It's not that great. So what can we do? Now, if one of us were to do that, they wouldn't allow it. But they somehow bend the rules for Scientology. So, all right. Now, we have butter number 2. Now, it's 1 cup, so this is the 1 cup. Oh, boy. All right. And then I'm going to stick this in the freezer for about maybe 5 minutes and then take it out again. All right. So, okay. Okay, today it's raining here today, and of course I chose not to go out today. So alrighty. right, so whatever's on top, it's going to go in the freezer and it probably will freeze up. But it has to have a little bit of a toughness to them when you dunk them in cold water. Alrighty. So keep cutting it up in cubes. All right. All right. Now, as you all know, of course, clear water would continue to sit empty. No activity. Why? We ask. Because Miscavige apparently doesn't like to talk to people who are not Scientologists. You have to be Scientology for him to talk to. He didn't like that idea, so he pushed everybody out. So, is it fair? No, it isn't. And of course, you all know Ryan Cotton and Michael Menino was hired by David Miscavige to get his own way when it comes to these meetings. But his go-to girl is not doing anything now because she said, okay, you build the buildings, but there are no occupants. So no, you cannot have the street. That's what she was thinking. But then Bruce, I forgot his last name. Well, I remembered his first name, which is great. So he gave it a second thought and wouldn't let them have the street, which was pretty cool. And then it was a 3-2 that Scientology doesn't get the street. So alrighty. Yeah, isn't that something, huh? All right. Okay. All right. It's the last pad, and we're going to cut it up, and then we're going to throw it in the freezer for 5 minutes. So the top could actually be frozen a bit. All right. Now, when I had my mind lock corner the other day, something went wrong. Because I don't know if it was AI or the hackers in Scientology. It can be almost anything. But I have to do it over again. So even though I went live with you guys, I'm going to have to do it over again so I can upload it. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow. Now, how does Clearwater survive an empty town with no income? That I'm going to talk about, not this week, next week. Yes. We're going to talk about the whole town being empty. Not this week, next week. And plus, guess what? Starting in December, I will be decorating a tree. Of course, I have a tree in my closet, but I don't want to grab out that big thing. So guess what? I'm going to get a tiny little tree to decorate. All right, so let me put this in the freezer. All right. Now I'm going to count 5 minutes. Okay. Now, while that's stiffening up for the next 5 minutes, I will talk about what else is going on. Now, all right. Now, so let me think here. Today, went on the stream with Chris Shelton. And as you know, according to him, which I believe, David Miscavige thinks that people are just toys that that you can play with. And you know how he physically beats his staff. And if they're a woman, the woman would beat the other woman. Yeah. And of course, you know, thank God he didn't have any kids, because he thinks kids are time consuming. No. Whether it's genetic, whatever, or he didn't want him because he didn't want the hassle, who knows? But let me tell you something. Thank God he didn't have any, because he doesn't even know how to treat any other normal human being, much less his own kids. And he doesn't even know how to treat a pet, let alone kids. Now, does he abuse his pets? You know what? I'm not in the same room with him, so I don't know. But it could be a possibility, since he sends the private investigators or other members of Scientology to go poison other people's dogs and cats. And this is to intimidate their former members, journalists, and their strongest critic, which some of the former members would turn into their critics. That's what he does to their pets. Should I have a pet? Well, I could. I just need a little more money. I'm by myself, but however, I gotta clean my house first. So that's just the way it goes. Gotta get the mess off my floor, and that's what he does to animals. But so far, I haven't protested yet, and no one followed me home. And who knows what's in the future? Maybe I'll protest against them. Maybe I won't. Who knows? Only time will tell. Now, I got into, well, not anytime soon, but when I wrote a letter to PETA, I'm not going to name any names or say whether it's a male or female, but it looks like they will plan a protest against them. Possibly. I don't know. But it just looks that way. Because Tom Cruise refused to answer them or share any concern about the women that got hit by the bulls in one of the Mission Impossible movies. And Mercy for Animals, I think it was Mercy for Animals, sat down with one of the studios to negotiate care for the pets while they're filming. Because, some of them actually live a normal dog life. And that's what they attend. So is it normal for them? I don't know. I guess they're negotiating. I don't know. That's just it. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, it's been 6 minutes. Maybe one more minute. Yeah, the 5 minutes just flew right by. So, and one more minute, and then I'll grab out the butter and then throw it in. But however, I am going to use this. Now, is it going to work? We'll just see. We'll just see. All right. So I'm going to plug this thing up and see if it works. Now, this is a small food processor. So let's see here. All right. It's been one more minute. Okay. Okay, guess what? And it worked. So now we're going to pop them in here and see if it will. Okay. Yes, it's tough enough. It is in the freezer for a couple of minutes. I just had to make a little room. All righty. So let's see here. Now, at the end, I will use this wrapper to, oh boy, I am starving. But am I going to eat junk food? No, that won't be until Thursday. So, all right. So now we're going to put this in. Okay. And then chop it up really good. Hopefully it'll go out as planned. All right, here we go. Yes. Okay. Oh, forgot to shut off my phone. Let me see here. Let me go check on it. Okay. Yes, I shut it off so we won't be disturbed. Okay, now we're going to try and actually use the food processor, even though it's not as big. We never know unless we try, right? But then what's the worst it gets? Gets too sticky, huh? Okay. All right. Now we're going to plug this in. There. All righty. Now let's see here. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to put the 1 cup of flour in. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed that it will work. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. Now, believe it or not, this is 1 cup of flour. So let's put it in. Okay. Alrighty, here we go. Now, is it gonna work? Okay, here we go. Maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. Let's give it a try. Oh, yes, here we go. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see if it works. Okay. Now, we're going to stop and then start it up again. Stop and then start it up again. Oh, wait. Darn it. Okay, there. All right, here we are. All right, here we go. Okay, there. Now we're going to put 6 to 8 teaspoons of water. Let's try 6 and see if it works out. All righty, here we go. We're going to use the ice water. One. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I think that should be enough. Let's see here. Yep, it's working. All right. Yep, it worked. All right. Now we're going to let it cool off. And as we're cooling off, now, okay, what should we talk about here? Let me think here. As you know, Thursday, 2 days till Thanksgiving, and Aaron is sitting in a jail cell. He is getting the bun wrap for this. He is an innocent man who's sitting in jail. While David Miscavige is going to go out and celebrate Thanksgiving, where in fact, he's the one that should be sitting there, not Aaron. It is ridiculous. He should be with his family. Of course, everybody, I'm not in the position to give strangers food because, let's face it, I don't have the means. So I only do this for my family. But if I had a chance to do it, maybe. But I'm here in another state. So okay, let's see if we put another half cup of flour in there. Or okay, there it is. I have to actually put the flour in. Okay. It is working because it fits. All right. So everybody, if you're in Clearwater, give. I mean, send some Aaron some food. If you want to help him out, in that case, talk to Jenna. She'll help you. All right, so, all right. Okay, I'm going to let this cool down. All right, and what else is there? Okay, hopefully Jenna Cheryl will help him out. I know they will. I mean, it looks like Cheryl's a wonderful person. It seems like it. So, yeah, it is horrible that he sits in jail while this man is running around loose. He's the one that should be sitting there, not Aaron. Yeah. This says something right there. Oh, we're going to have everybody else follow the rules, but not Scientology. Let them get away with whatever it is they're getting away with. Okay. All right, let it cool down a bit. Okay. Ready. Okay. Maybe we'll put another half in. See if it turns out right. Or, yeah, maybe we'll try it without putting any cups in. Now we're going to let this cool off a bit before I turn it back on. So, yeah, it is unbelievable that this happens. Oh, maybe I should put like 1/4 in. Okay. I did readjust the recipe. Okay. Now, let it cool. All right, put this away. Now, okay. Now, all the former Scientologists, looks like everybody will celebrate Thanksgiving. And of course, we probably know Nora Ames gonna spend the holidays with her wife and her kids. That's right. She talks about them a lot. I would too. So, okay. Now, let's hope this is going to go great. Now, did it go great with yesterday's recipe? You know what? I should have put maybe another 1/4 in, 1/4 cup of flour in. It was a little thin, the liquid. But you know what? I took it out and it seemed okay. Looks like it's still edible. So now let's put this back on. Try again. All right. Okay, here it goes. Oh, darn it. Okay, so I'll let it sit for a bit. If not, oh, yes, it did smoke. So, yeah, I didn't think it was going to smoke that bad. So, the good part is this will go back to normal. So, after 15 minutes of mixing, then it'll go back to normal. Burned out a bit, but it will go back to normal. So, okay, let's see here. Okay. Yeah, looks like it was gonna. Okay. Now let's see if this will go again. So, but good part is when you get this, it doesn't instantly burn out. It cools off and then it'll start again. It's not like every other food processor where it burns out, but it's a little thing, and it looks like it's gonna work for a pie crust. So it's great. And oh my goodness. So okay, so let's see here. Alrighty. Yeah, after 15 minutes, it'll go back to normal, hopefully. So let's see here. It just cut right off. So yeah. Okay, but yeah. It is what it is. But you know what? It'll be used again. And this is what's good about this. It will actually work again. All right. But it looks like it's all mixed in anyway, so let's see here. Ah, jeez. Yeah. It is a little thing, and it did work, but after a certain amount of hour or minutes or whatever, it didn't go as... Okay, so be careful not to, when you use this, any food processor, make sure you don't cut yourself. Okay. Alrighty. 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 All right, so we're gonna actually take this off. All right, so there we go. All right, so then turn around and take this out. But you know what? It'll probably be okay. But you know what? It was almost there. It almost turned into a ball, but then it smoked. So the thing is, with that, you can use it again because it's the Ninja, and after 15 minutes, it will be all right. Yep, we're at the bottom of the barrel. Not every one of it is going to come out, but you know what? Okay. Oops. Okay, so we're going to put this at the sink, but then wipe it off later. All right, so, okay, it did work. It's nice and soft. Okay, it is nice and tender, so. Okay, there. All righty, here we go. All right, now, it looks fine. All right, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator till tomorrow. Hopefully it will work. But it almost turned into a ball. Let me tell you that. So it did smoke. But then after 15 minutes, it will okay. It did. It worked. It almost turned into a ball in the food processor, but then it smoked. That means it burned out, but it will go back to normal because I've used it before. It was better than any other food processor that I used. And the Ninja did work. Let me tell you that. So, okay. All righty. Now, I'm going to put, okay. I will put the crust into this, and then wrap it up, put it in a refrigerator, and then it'll be ready for tomorrow when we assemble everything together. Okay. Oh boy. Let's put this in. All right, there we go. So now the pumpkin bread turned out excellent, but my cranberry bread was a different story. Yeah, it's unusual, huh? All right, so we're gonna stick this in the refrigerator. Then hopefully, just hopefully, it'll go off the way I intend it to. Okay. Yeah, since my fingers are made from butter, I now must just use this. Okay. All right. So there we go. We got everything done here. So now we're gonna make our fudge. So, alrighty. Now, alrighty. Yeah. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, let me wash this out. Alrighty. All right. There. Now I actually have a saucepan now that I dumped the peas out. So, okay. So let me see here. All right, there we go. So where is that thing? Oh, here it is. All right, so we're gonna use a saucepan for our fudge. I just wish I grabbed this out sooner. So, all right. First, oh my gosh, I'm so thirsty. All right. First, we are going to add coconut milk. Now, 1 can of condensed milk or coconut milk will do fine. But melt, oh my gosh. We're going to, if you have condensed milk, follow the directions on that and then use it in the saucepan. Or melt the chocolate and then put it in. But however, we're going to put this in. Okay. Okay, here we go. So we're going to use the coconut milk or our chocolate base. So I'm going to put it on low. Fudge. It'll help if I turn this on. So I'll just speed up the process a little bit so we won't get fall behind. So we're going to take, every time I clean the kitchen, always looks like my kitchen blew up. So we're going to have one cup dairy-free chocolate. Of course, a little pricey for me to buy it. So sorry, all you veganers out there. 1 cup. 1 cup and a half. 1 cup 2/3. Looks like it'll work. Okay. And then the 2/3. Okay, is this it? Yeah. Here we go. Then the 2/3 of chocolate. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna pour it right in. Now, let's see if I can divide this. I think I probably will. Put this there. Now, I'm not going to eat any of these. I know better. And then now, I think it'll work. Okay. And chocolate. Okay. Yeah, it's at the bottom, so I think I'll probably do fine. It'll feel like I scooped it. So let's just make believe this is non-dairy, but you know what? The less sugar you want to use or milk you want to use, the more it'll cost. Now, please, vegans, please don't take my vegan thing away from me, vegan apron away from me, because guess what? I'm the only one that's trying to go at that direction, but my family isn't. So that's just the way it goes. Okay. All right. All right. So let's just see here. Oh, what do you know? It's recyclable. So let's just. All right. So toss this in. All right, let's see here. Now, I'm going to whip this up. And as we're stirring this, we all righty, here we go. All right, we're gonna stir this. All right. So, I'm gonna. Now, is it gonna work? Possibly not. Even though I didn't try this out in advance, I know that. I know how many times a day you have to listen to me say that. So, all right, we're gonna got the coconut milk, the vanilla. Okay. We're also gonna put 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. Let's see here. Yeah, this is third. Yeah, 1/2. So we're gonna put 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. If I can find it. Oh, yeah, it's right here. That's why I grabbed it out earlier, so I wouldn't have to grab it out of the cabinet. So, okay. 1. And here's the 1/2. Oops. Okay, so that's the way it went. So, and then a cup of cocoa powder and the maple syrup. So we're gonna blend it in with the maple syrup. All right, so here we go. Oops. Okay. All right, maple syrup. All right. We're gonna put 1/3 teaspoon maple syrup. Let me see. 1/3. Okay. And this is the 1/3. So let's try it out. Okay, there we go. 1/3 cup of the maple syrup. All righty, here we go. All right, and then we're gonna put in, we got the maple syrup. You can put nuts in it if you want. It's optional, so. Okay. I'm gonna put this away. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna mix this up. Now, if you're using the condensed milk, melt the chocolate first and then put it in. Try that out. Yeah, I don't mean to be vague with you, but all right. And then 1/4 cup powder. 1/4 cup. All right. Yeah. What can you do? Well, that's the 1/4. I know I do. Okay, so let me see here. Oh boy, this is a trip. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna stir this up. Let's see. Yeah, why not? We'll just use one of these. Okay, we'll just a ball of chips there. Okay, and plus we're gonna gradually add to it anyway. So there we go. So I'm gonna put in the 1/4 cup cocoa powder. All right, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna stir this up. Okay. Oh wow, I wish you can smell this thing. Okay. Okay. Now it looks like chocolate milk. So let me take off the glasses. So I say, you in the mood for some hot chocolate, cook it up with your vegan milk. All right. Now we're gonna have it bubble up. Okay, so it's a lot like chocolate milk, so let's just close this up. All right. Okay. Now, okay, we're gonna wait till it bubbles up, and then we're gonna add the chips in. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna grab a pan of some kind. Okay, let me think here. Oh boy. Okay. Now, big. All right, let's see here. Not too small. Okay. Let's see here. Let me think here. I'm in the think tank here, so let's give it time. So this will work. Definitely. So let's use a parchment paper. It's a parchment paper. Cut it up. So let's see here. All right, there we go. So now we're going to make little slits on the side like this. We're going to cut the sides. Is it going to work? I think so. So let's cut. Now, well, my sister-in-law like it for me to bring all the junk food. But you know what? Who cares? So she can't take my livelihood away from me. Okay, so here we go. All right, there. All righty. What's coming out? So I'm gonna fold this up like this, so it'll stay. Splits did not work, so okay, there. I'll put this on the side for now. Now we're gonna keep on stirring this. And at the end, we will. Oh my gosh, look at this. Okay, looks like it's gonna smoke. Then we're gonna dump the whole thing of chocolate in. It really looks like chocolate milk when you look at it. So. And then you chill it overnight. Got your fudge, and guess what? Thursday, I'm gonna grab it out of the refrigerator and take it to my brother's. Okay. I'm gonna keep on dipping in, and then dive right back in, mix it up again, and we're at an hour and 13 minutes in. Now, all right, looks like it's gonna bubble up because I see it smoke. Now, okay. I'm gonna go back in, mix it up. Will it work? I think it will. All right, who's gonna come on the live chat? Nobody. Now, keep on mixing it. All right. Looks like it's gonna blow it up. Now, And this is what's horrible about Aaron's situation. He gets first-degree assault when it's just cornstarch and colored powder, which is ridiculous of its own. But Grandpa, who ran Erica over not once, not twice, 3 times, and just drove off, he gets second-degree felony. And we all saw that day where that old guy just runs her right over and didn't give it a second thought. I wish you can smell this thing. It is so good. Smells a lot like chocolate milk. Blend those together, and there we go. And then after some, I'm going to pour it in there. Now, let's see, what else is there to talk about? Now, hopefully it will work. Keep your fingers crossed. If not, guess what? We get hot chocolate. So what's the worst it can get? All right. And you know, tomorrow we're going to make a pecan pie for my brother because pecan pie is his favorite. So, make that. But usually I make a birthday cake for him because guess what? His birthday usually comes at the 23rd. So I'm going to make him some pecan pie. But in the past, I made chocolate cake for him. But so this time around, I'm going to come in with loads of desserts. Let me see if I can show you my cranberry. Okay. All right, it didn't seem that bad, so here it is. Oh, no, this is my pumpkin loaf. Excuse me. Okay, there's the pumpkin loaf. Okay. Let's see if I can just wrap this up fast. Okay. Okay, here we go. Well, what can you do? It just won't wrap up, so there we go. So we got that. Okay. Now, did my cranberry thing work the same way? It's okay. It's a little damp, but it's okay. Is it edible? I would think so. Okay. And then my sister-in-law is going to turn around and go, "Did you follow a recipe?" Technically, I'm going to say yes, but I may not take it with me. You know what? Hold on, let me blow my nose. Okay. And I did wash my hands. Okay. Looks like it's going to bubble, so let's. Oh, yes, it's bubbling. Then as soon as it bubbles, I'm going to dump into chocolate. You know it. Okay. All right. Looks like it's going to bubble up. Alrighty. Here we go. And then guess what? I will grab that thing and we're going to start to pour in the fudge. Now for this, put in about, let's see, 1/3 to half a cup of nuts. So looks that way. Let it bubble up. All right. Now, oh guys, if this works out, and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, those of you who are in Clearwater, okay. All right. So far, it just looks like chocolate milk. So then I'm going to dump this in. Okay. It is bubbling up, everybody. Okay, as soon as it comes to bubbling it up, stick the chips in. Oh, yeah. Will it work? I think so. So far, so good. What's the worst we could get? We get chocolate milk. Okay. Me, I'm not a coconut person, but if it's with something, then yeah, I will. But if it's a shredded up coconut cake, no way. I won't eat the shreds. Forget it. All right. Now, cocoa powder, coconut milk. Now, if it doesn't work, let's see. Maybe we'll try to put in powder sugar. Let's see if we can find it. Or maybe I'll go thick, who knows. All right. So, darn it. If it doesn't thicken up, I'll put in the powder sugar. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. But at the same time, it looks. Yes, it looks like we have chocolate milk at the moment. Okay. Okay. Let's see if we'll put powdered sugar in there. Chocolate chips, vanilla, cocoa powder. I'm gonna see if it doesn't thicken up. Then I'm gonna put in about maybe about maybe 1 cup of powdered sugar. Give or take a few. Okay. All right, doesn't look like it's gonna happen. So we'll just put 1 cup of powdered sugar. So let's see here. Aha, here we go. And now, okay, we're not gonna put that in there. So we're gonna put 1 cup of sugar in there, so it'll thicken up, because it doesn't look like it's gonna do that. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Keep your fingers crossed and hope it works. Okay. So we're gonna use this twist tie to twist it up. Whatever twist tie you have, put it off to the side and use it again. All right. Now we're gonna stir this up. Alrighty. Will it work now? Keep your fingers crossed. Oh boy, this is a challenge. Okay. Alrighty. Will it work? All right. Okay, what else is there? All right. the gang gonna go protest on Thanksgiving Day? Probably, and then they'll probably go back home with their families. Now I know Jessica lives in California, but is she from New Jersey? If you guys know, hop on to the chat. Okay. Alrighty. If it doesn't work in the next 20 minutes, I'm putting in corn syrup. Now, would corn syrup work? Let me see. You know what? I don't know. But we will give it a shot. I went for powdered sugar. It looks like going to. Yeah, as you know, I don't do these things on demand, so. Now, let's see here. Would this work on all right. Let's just see how this is going to turn out. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Now, it's been a while since I saw Dan Walks LA. And the most cutest gay guy around. Okay. And let's see. Okay. Will it work? All right. Put the powdered sugar in. Doesn't work in the next 20 minutes. I am pouring in the corn syrup. Will it be too sweet? Oh, maybe not. Who knows? Okay. Let's see. Should I have made chocolate chip cookies yesterday? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I could have used the other recipes in the internet, but no, I'm not going to do it because I don't want to get in trouble. So, all right. Same time. Although it does smell good, if you were only here to smell it. So, alrighty, we'll just keep stirring it. All right. If I mess it up, well then. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. I think it probably will thicken up with the powdered sugar. It's worse if we get chocolate syrup. Okay. All right. Now, today it is pouring out there. Okay. And that's another thing they teach you when you have your own live stream. Don't talk about the weather. Don't talk about yourself. So try my best. Okay. But errors and mistakes make a good content because it makes people laugh. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. Make it a stir, 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 stir. All right. All righty. Now, I would think Sam and Jen are better at this than I am. You know what? Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Sorry about the dead air. So, all right. And after I'm done here, I'm going to have a salad. And then I guess I'll have a burger. Okay. Now let's see if this will. All right. Now, let's see. Now, let's see here. Of course, you saw Natalie's interview with William Good 2 days ago. It was a fabulous interview. I loved it. I really missed Natalie's show, but work is important to put food on your table. Even though her childhood was robbed and had to work slave labor. Ugh. I don't know what Scientology is when they do that. Oh my gosh. And then I think I'll drink this. Now, hopefully, my pie crust would be okay. All right. I'm going to let this bubble up. I'm going to turn it on a little bit high so it can cook. If it doesn't boil up, then I'm going to use the corn syrup. I'm going to grab up the corn syrup and make it work. Okay. All right. Now, yeah, I love the interview. So now I am trying to do the same thing. I am trying to get somebody on my show. I really, really want the Boston crew to come on the show with me. So since I walked down the street that the protesters were on, I want them on my show. Because I grew up in Boston, Massachusetts. I walked down that street, the same street those Looney Tunes are on. The same guy that threatened Cubs champion. Now, is he actually suffering the consequences? You know what? I don't know. And is the church going to pay for his defense fund? Yeah, I don't think so. That pays for David's defense fund, David Miscavige's. So I'm doubtful. All right. Turn it up a little higher. I wanted to royal. Okay. And if it doesn't work, I'm sticking in the corn syrup. I don't care. And yeah, I want somebody from the Boston crew on my show because I want it. But I don't know if Cubs champion is occupied with his trial or whether or not his trial's over. We'll try David Mismanage or David Elron Liar or one of those Boston crews to see if I could actually get them on my show. All right, so I don't think okay, let's see here. Now, if my pecan pie works, then I might not take in the cranberry bread because it's a little different. So I might keep it at home, but the pumpkin loaf just turned out pretty good. So that's my tablet. So, all right. All right, so we're going to let it boil a little more. If not, all right. I am going to wait until it reaches to 2 hours, and then I'm going to check on it again. If it doesn't work, guess what? I'm breaking up the corn syrup because you can't use corn syrup with fudge. So here we go. So okay. Now, okay. Now, last week I lost 3 pounds. That's right. I'm going to see if I lost another 3 pounds. Then I'll go back to weigh 195 pounds, but then I will try to lose 5 more pounds. I'm going to keep on doing it. Okay, here we go. All right. All right, here we go. Now, will it work? righty. It is thickening up a little bit. All right. Now, I did put the 1 cup of powdered sugar in, and looks like it's going to work. I don't know. So, now, is anybody else going to come to my brother's house for Thanksgiving? You know what? I don't know, because last year on Easter Sunday, they were at my house. Okay. Oh, not my house, my brother-in-law's. Of course. Will I invite people over to my house? I guess eventually, but I want to clean my house first. So, oh, okay. I think it might be thickening. All right, there we go. Will it work? Fingers crossed. Will it work? All righty. Now, oh my gosh, Jenna seems like she's a great person. I would go to Clearwater in an instant. But however, I do not want those guys following me. That's the thing. Your life will be in danger if they follow you. And there's no way I'm going to let them follow me home. And if I have to scare them off, then that's what I'm going to do. Because I had a criminal live upstairs for me. Checked his record, but my brother did not check his. So what I did was scare him off, and my father blamed me for it. Oh, Lisa, you scared him off. I'm like, good. Because guess what? I was trying to protect myself. So if I can do that with them, I will. With that guy, I can do it with them easily. So, okay. All righty, here we go. Maybe it'll work. It is really bubbling. And it smells good too. Okay. Will it work? All right. Now, okay. Now, what worse it can get, it turns into fondue. Okay. All right, let's see here. No, if it doesn't work, I'll just put in the corn syrup. Now, they say mistakes work. They make everything funny. So, is it going to turn into a comedy? Let's see. Okay. All right, let's bubble up. All right, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna give it 2 hours, another 9 minutes, and then I am going for the corn syrup. I'm gonna make it work. Of course. All right. Now I'm gonna hope that the Boston crew would at least come on with me, because that's what I'm hoping. So, because I grew up there, I walked down the street there, I went to all my appointments, and of course, I grew up walking down that street. Of course, you heard me say it before. So that's why I want at least one of the Boston crew in there. So, all right. Now, all right. My mother always made this every recipe work. If it doesn't work, she turns it into something else. So go in that lead, because nowadays you cannot dump everything out without putting a hole in the ozone layer. So do that. One thing doesn't work out, use it for another thing. And of course, if my mother saw this and she was here, she would turn it into something else. Let me tell you. This is so cool. Okay. All right. Is it gonna work? Alrighty. Let's see here. Okay, 5 more minutes. If not, guess what? I am grabbing out the corn syrup. Okay. But is it going to work? Let's see here. Now, my mother was here. She probably turn it into ice cream sauce, because it probably worked, because my mother did that. All right. Now, all right. Okay. Oh, it is thickening up. Okay. All righty. Now, okay. It is definitely coming to a boil, guys. Yep. Because I don't know whether I told you this story. If I might have, I apologize. But one day, I might have. One day, I made chocolate cake. It completely ruined. It looked so sloppy. My icing was off. Then I'm like, oh man, it ruined it. Of course, I guess my dad wanted to take me out, and she's like, go. She sends me away. I come back. She told me that she got it from a bakery. And I was definitely looking for a box. There was no box, so that had to be the cake. So those were the memories I had with my mom. So, oh yes, this is looking amazing. If the worst comes to worst, guess what? Use it as chocolate sauce. Let's see. It is thickening up, but all right. All right. Okay. Now it's going to go on a couple of minutes. Let's see if it will. All right. Now, if my mother was here, yeah, she'll turn it into chocolate sauce. So, yeah, if one recipe does not work out for her, she dump it into something else and it works. Nowadays, you do have to recycle it because the holes in the ozone layer. Well, okay. Will it work? Let's see. If not, I am putting in corn syrup. I'm going for the corn syrup. Looks like it's going to be one more minute. Let's see. Yeah, boy. Okay. All right. Now, okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Now, is it going to work? Sorry about the dead silence, but okay. If not, I'm grabbing out the corn syrup, gang. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else can we talk about? All right. I haven't heard from Cubs fan or Cubs champ. Yeah. I wonder how the trial is going or whether or not it ended. But now it's one thing to say lewd things to these protesters. It's another thing to go after them and their family. Families, hands off. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can try the corn syrup. All right. Yeah, why not? Let's try the corn syrup. I'm losing my patience. Okay, go for the corn syrup. Now, should we put in 1 cup of corn syrup? Let's try it. All righty, there we go. Stick it in. So I waited long enough, everybody. Now, is it going to work? Okay. Now, let's see here. Now let's see if it's going to work. All right. Oh, is that the corn syrup? Oh my gosh, it is. Let me see here. Got to wipe that off. Okay. Now let's just keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. If it doesn't work, what's the worst I can get? I use it for chocolate syrup. I'll just pour it into the jar and turn it into corn syrup or chocolate sauce. All right. All right, it's slowly boiling. Let's see how it's going to work out. All right, we'll give it till, let's see, 6:30, 6:45, who knows? Okay. All right. If not, we're using it for ice cream. Okay. All right. That's as worse as it can get. It turns into chocolate syrup. So, okay. All righty, here we go. All right. It is bubbling up. Keep your fingers crossed. If not, I'm going for the jar. Oh, here's one. I probably need a bigger one. Yeah, that's right. I am going for the jar. If it doesn't work in the next 20 to 15 minutes. Okay. Now, I just can't get over that day when she was finished with the cake and I came home and there was no box. So it was so cute. All right. All right. So let's see here. Let it boil up. All right. It is bubbling. I'll give it credit. But guess what? If it doesn't work, I'm sticking it in the jars. Oh. Or this jar. Let's see here. Oh, or this jar. Yeah, I'm going to stick it in a jar and make it, turn it into chocolate syrup. That's as worse as it can get. Oh, boy. If it doesn't work one way, use it for another. Worse it gets, it's chocolate sauce. Alrighty. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna drink this. So now. All right. Okay, well, you know what? I can't say I didn't try, so it looks like it's going to be chocolate syrup. Okay. Or chocolate sundae. I'll take it to my... Okay, let me see here. Now, oh, excuse me, I'm not talking. I don't want dead air. Let me see. What else is there to talk about? All right. All right. Now, I am definitely going to do a story about Clearwater and how much money they lost just by having an empty town or having a town that needs aid. I am going to look into that. Of course, I mentioned it earlier. Okay. Now. Okay. Will this thicken? All right, let's see here. All right. What's the worst it can get? It thickens up in the jar. Okay. If it does, guess what? The worst it gets, I eat it with a spoon. But you know what? I think this is going to probably turn into chocolate sauce. So let's hang in there a little while longer. Oh, wow. All right. Now, if it doesn't work, guess what? It's chocolate syrup. It's going to be chocolate syrup. All right. Okay. Now, will it actually stiffen up in the refrigerator. Let us see. Now, Greengrass wants me to actually make baklava. Okay, maybe during Christmas I'll make baklava. I know I said I was gonna make it during Thanksgiving, but I couldn't find the phyllo dough in it. Yeah. So next time I go out, I'll get phyllo dough, and then that's it. I'll definitely make. All right. Now, should I try it out as fudge, or should I just pour it into the jar and use it for chocolate syrup? All right. Let's see if it will work. Now, what's the worst it can get? I eat fudge out of a jar? Okay, let's see here. All right, it looks like it'll make excellent chocolate sauce. So let's make chocolate sauce out of it. Okay. It doesn't work one way, it'll work another. So lid this open. And then yeah, if it doesn't work one way, it'll work another. All right. Well, it didn't think enough, but what's the worst it can get? It hards it up and it's eaten out of a jar. We'll see. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you know what? You know what? Let's try it out anyway. If not, then I'll dump it in. Let's see here. Okay. Now, let's pour it in, everybody. Then we're going to let it cool off. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Let's see here. Then we're going to let it cool off. See how it works off. If not, it's officially chocolate sauce. Ow, 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 ow. Let's see here. All right, let me use this rag. Okay. All right, there we go. Let's see here. Now, maybe it'll work and maybe it won't. Yeah, if this was my mother's, she would definitely pour it out. But you know what? It looks like it might turn into chocolate sauce. Let's see. And if it doesn't, guess what? It will be chocolate sauce. So let's see how it turns out. Okay. All right, let's see here. Now we're gonna let it cool down. And all right. Alrighty. Okay. Alrighty. All right, there we go. All right, let's see how it's going to turn out at the end. Yeah. All righty. All right, pull it over to the side. See how it's going to turn out. If not, it's chocolate syrup. There. All right, maybe it'll be chocolate syrup and maybe it won't. All right, now. Okay, you know the drill. It is over. Now, keep trying buy me a coffee because I may have to actually send it to PayPal. I already did. I thought I did. So see what that happens with. So try and buy me a coffee. If not, then if you want, you can contribute to my PayPal. But you know what? Keep trying buy me a coffee because I don't want to come off the wrong way. So, and I do have all my vases on the merch store. So hit the like, press subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow to put together the pecan pie. Keep your fingers crossed.